Anyway. Guys, welcome here to another episode of the Pitboard Discussions. I'm your boy Ace, the trouble man himself. Twice as nice, smooth as ice. Never had a bad day in my life. As you can clearly see, I'm going through some things.
Never had a bad day?
Never had a bad day. I cope. I have coping mechanisms, as you can clearly see. Yeah, I have some coping mechanisms. Yeah, but yeah, just to entertain you lots. We are here after the return of the summer break double. They call it that. Return of the summer break double.
Yeah, that works.
That works. Yeah. Return of the summer break double. Now, I know you guys are happy. You guys are particularly ecstatic because when we left Italy, you guys left with something. You left with something I believe none of you thought you'd live with.
Unexpected, but it was a good flashback because we won with 19 seconds.
Yeah.
Almost 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something we were used to. So
that's why I'm calling it unexpected.
Yeah, unexpected, but it's
unexpected.
But something we have ever experienced before.
Like where you took the excitement a little bit too far, ukaenda hadi ukakata the gloves, ukaamua.
Fellas, in the last pod I told you Red Bull has a win. The last pod.
Shed some light to your thinking pattern and as to why you thought you'd see a win somewhere in between the remaining races of the year. How many races are left? 8.
Well, the RB21 still, borrowing from the 19 and the 20, still has its strengths, which is efficiency in low downforce tracks. Yeah, and it's also really good at circuits where we have more medium to high speed corners. Now, if you look at Monza, it's a low downforce track, you know, and we know McLaren, it's a very draggy car. Well, this, to be honest, this was McLaren's race to lose. Okay? And last year, if you compare last year and this year, according to Red Bull, the only difference or the only change was the wing.
I hear it was against his engineer's recommendation.
Chopping the wing.
Not like
Wasn't that
the level
though?
of chopping was too much.
Wasn't that for years, last year or this year?
This year.
I just heard they had some disagreements with the engineers and they were like, "Are you sure this is the direction you want to go?" And he was like, "Listen, this is the direction you want to go."
This is
Well,
and they were unsure. And when he got that pole, he was like, "Told you." So
apparently the changes between Friday and Saturday was Max just wanted the car more on its nose. And by that I mean he wanted an oversteer car. And if you look at Monza, you might think it's simple. But every corner at Monza it's a technical corner. Max has always preferred an oversteer car. So how do you engineer oversteer into a car? It's either you do that aerodynamically, where you add more load on the front. By that you suffer drag and you have less speeds. Or you do it mechanically, which is now you play with the suspension bits and the diffs to see what happens. Now apparently what Red Bull did is the balance was a bit on the end. Max said, "Hey, chop that thing, bana." So they chopped it, and now the weight is on the front, and Max was happy, and he was able to deliver a record-breaking weekend.
I was more impressed with his comments after. I don't know if you guys remember when he was being interviewed and he was being asked, "Okay, so how do you feel having getting the fastest lap ever in Monza?" And he was like, "Listen, the track was resurfaced, everything." He started it off in a nonchalant way. Then now he got to the jabs bit and he was like, "Listen, the 2019 Mercedes, if you bring it here, it will also be the fastest car."
2020?
2020.
The 2020
W11.
Mercedes. Yeah. The 2020 Mercedes, if you bring it here, it will perform the same way. But he added something else. Do you remember what he added?
It would have been faster if it was me.
It would have been faster if it was me. And that kind of brings some, how do I call it? Some soup.
So he holds the record for the fastest time for a GP and also the longest. Like the other one was in Japan. I don't know when, but it seems like it took too long before the race ended.
You also talked about something about you were telling me before we kicked off the show. Max Verstappen now Red Bull's most successful driver ever.
He has more poles than your boy.
Yeah,
for Red Bull now.
So that basically means he is Red Bull's most successful driver in all departments.
Yeah.
Now, anyway, that aside, let's talk about the hottest topic on the grid right now, and that's the McLarens. Now, as per the recording of this session, we know McLaren are getting dragged across social media. They're being trolled left, right, and center because of what they did on Sunday.
What are the trolls saying? Me, I haven't read the trolls.
They are saying, Oscar, Lando has a problem with his shaver. Please box so he can.
What?
No, there are all sorts of trolls. There are all sorts of trolls. Like you can just go to F1 troll and look at their page, and it's only radio messages because apparently McLaren messed up Lando Norris's pit stop, and when they messed it up, they had to find a way to kind of make amends for that, and they told the drivers to swap. Now we have seen drivers being asked to swap before, and they've refused. Now this brought me back to where was it? Was it Hungary last year? Was it Silverstone?
Hungary last year.
Hungary last year, where Lando was berated on radio, and he was
The
like,
blackmail.
You're gonna need Oscar.
"You're gonna need Oscar."
You're going to need the team.
Did he give up that position?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He did.
Yeah.
Reluctantly, though. Reluctantly.
Yeah.
Now, this year, the tables have turned. And I think Oscar was just like, listen, Oscar could have easily said no. And there's nothing they would have done.
What if it was the last race and whoever finishes ahead wins the championship? Do you think Oscar would have let Lando through? Would you have let?
Hell no. Hey, they won't remember I didn't give that position, but they'll remember that I'm a world champion.
Do I
inaandikwa hapo every time he speaks.
Yeah. do one time one champion.
No, a world champion.
A world champion.
do I go further into that rabbit hole?
Yeah, proceed.
What if something happens in the season and say he wins the championship, Lando wins the championship by say 2 points? Do you think it will hunt Oscar?
Of course.
Of course. Right now they're playing it cool. Lakini wait, and I'm foreseeing that incident that whereby like knowing giving up position, you might have discussed whatever ukomuli discussed. If this happens, this is what is going to happen. But now, when you know that this one is gonna can cost me the championship. Hey.
I remember Checo crying for his points against Max Verstappen, and Max was told, Max, please let Checo through. And he was like, guys, I told you don't ask me that again. I told you, I already explained my reasons during the last summer break.
Yeah,
and I stand by
foot on the pedal, man. To the checkered flag.
And now Checo had to cope with it. Checo had to cope with the situation, and Checo was like, it really shows what kind of guy he is. Like, we've had these instances before, and I'm like,
I always say this, like when they don't have their helmets, they're in those board meeting or whatever. Everything is fine. If we are there, everything is all in. But when they put on the helmet, everything changes.
So you're talking kwa boardroom venye tuko hapa ati so position. Okay, fine.
Okay, if that happens, if there's a possibility, Don't give the position back.
And you remember how sweating you are at that moment. By the way,
you're soaking in sweat
from lap 46 all the way to 53. You don't even say a damn thing. And then after the race, my radio wasn't working. I didn't hear you guys, man.
Mic check.
After the checkered flag.
But then the driver should
problem with my radio.
Lando.
Mama, you just you know, for the sake of it, problem with my radio, guys. I can't see. Can you guys hear me? Can you
Apparently,
guys hear me?
Lando didn't say a word after the pit stop.
And you talked about it by during the live watch along. He was on my ear about that situation. He was like, Lando isn't complaining.
He didn't say a damn thing.
You talked to me about it, and I was like, hey, maybe he knows something we didn't.
Oscar could have pulled the pin.
But Oscar, I fear Oscar a lot. Let me not lie to you.
Like for Oscar, he knows I need to beat Lando. Whatever happens, whether he wins the championship or not,
my goal is to beat Lando.
The only thing, if he focuses on beating Lando, championship is more or less a formality. So it's more about not calculating the point. Just make sure I'm finishing ahead of Lando. Even if I'm P19, Lando to be P20.
So that's the game plan.
Yes, even for Norris. Norris knows that if I finish P15, Piastri should be P16.
You know, there's some really tricky circuits which are coming up. And I think they might be on Lando's favor. Or they might be on Lando's side.
Like which ones?
Baku, for example. With the 90-degree corners. We have Singapore.
And Singapore?
Yeah, we also have Mexico. But if you look at both drivers, where they both excel, Lando, medium to low speed corners, tracks, he's very good.
Where mechanical grip is needed.
Yes, and traction. Yeah.
So Las Vegas?
Am
I on your Max?
Vegas, I'd say it's also a Lando track. Because Sector 1 and Sector 2.
Foot to the floor.
It's actually, I'd say Vegas and Baku are almost the same. Because also Baku, Sector 1, Sector 2, it's the 90-degree corner, same thing to Vegas. Now, it's 31 points right now. But if Lando decides to put up a fight, and let's say luck is on his side, finally, Piastri maybe suffers 1 or 2 DNFs. This might go down to the wire.
Yeah.
But if it goes down to the wire, do you think Oscar will be the team player he's been the way he's been so far this season?
I don't think Oscar.
And if he doesn't play the team game, will he suffer some sort of consequences at the end of it?
I don't think Oscar owes Lando or the team any favors this year. And I'm basing this on what McLaren, from the beginning of the year, what they set as their target, getting the Constructors' Championship. That's already in the bag. So the Drivers' Championship is up for all. It's free for all. So why should Piastri play team player when they've already secured the number 1 objective, which was the Constructors' Championship? Now it's the Drivers' Championship, and it's down to the two of them. Unless, by then mathematically, Max is somewhere in there. But it's down to it's down to Piastri and Lando to fight it out. So why is Andrea Stella and Zach Brown interfering in the Drivers' Championship? Let them fight it out. If someone has a bad pit stop, they had a bad pit stop. That's bad luck.
It's part of racing.
It's part of racing, yeah.
See,
how did they explain it? Like the McLaren themselves, why they made the decision?
Well, Andrea Stella says it's part of their values and their
which
principles.
is what value or principle?
what are their values?
I think fairness.
Okay, me, I heard that it wasn't Lando's fault, so he shouldn't
He shouldn't suffer from
that. Doesn't make
it doesn't make sense because it's not also
Piastri with Charles.
Because it's not also Piastri's fault.
Yeah, it's not Piastri's fault.
That analogy isn't like holding water. Like it doesn't really make sense.
Let the boys race.
Okay, it's this papaya rule I'm trying to understand. So it seems like if you're in the lead and you lose the lead by a team's mistake, it will be returned. And I think you remember in Silverstone when Nani was given a penalty. Oscar, and he was saying if you agree the penalty is unfair, then Lando, can he give the position back?
You need Oscar to do something. Like unplug that radio.
He was so see.
I think Oscar still has a lot of races to play cool. He still has a lot of races to play cool in.
Bro, he has one race buffer. He can DNF.
He has at least not even a 1 race buffer. I think it's a 2 race buffer because 2 race buffer in a sense of if Lando doesn't win the race, he DNFs. If Lando doesn't win,
let's say it's a full race buffer that even if Lando wins and he DNFs,
he still has some.
He has I can say 2 fingers on the trophy.
He has 3 actually.
2 like this. We still have 3 more in this entire hand.
There's another hand.
Yeah, as in he needs to grab it.
Now back to Red Bull for a minute. Why was Max Verstappen flirting with us?
What did he say?
He had some flirtatious comments with,
did he say?
With my team.
What did he say?
He was talking about if you go to Ferrari, you don't go to race, you go to win. Yeah, and he wasn't closing the door on a possibility of him going to Ferrari. I mean, he was open enough to say he had dinner with Toto and the family. And he was also very open in saying, like Ferrari is a team.
What it was under he made those comments under which context?
You want the context?
Yes.
You're just being interviewed and you're just being asked, how does it feel being in Monza, the race, the atmosphere and everything? And he was like, listen, look, it's a beautiful place. Winning here, it's special. Winning in a Ferrari is even more special.
He was very much cheered by the.
Yeah, he was cheered by the Tifosi, and I think it's the first time I've seen the Tifosi cheer another driver like that.
Yeah, even me.
Like that. It's the first time I've seen the Tifosi cheer for another driver like that. So maybe, and Hamilton's contract situation is up in limbo.
Lando was booed.
Yeah, because of the McLaren situation.
I think the Red Bull and Tifosi fans were fighting last year.
That was Zandvoort. The Red Bull fans were trying to fight us.
No, even at Monza.
Monza, we were returning the favor. we were returning the favor. Well, you know,
And then they said they are buddies.
this year, because I think Max's comments really. Sorry for bringing this back again. When I was predicting Hamilton will eventually end up at Ferrari, it's because I could see some patterns. Now, with the Max Verstappen situation, I can't see anything that will maybe get him to Ferrari. You get me?
Old age, maybe.
But looking at how he said it, and looking at how the timeline looks, and seeing that there is unrest in Hamilton's situation, I think Max could be eyeing that seat. Maybe they know something we don't know.
When you win at Monza and you see that crowd, you
desire sets
you get to see, and we talked about it. Have we ever seen whereby like the whole start finishing treat is like filled with people? Like there are so
it's
many.
one of those few tracks. Like it's special. It's
and
amazing.
when that podium, the way they've made it, it's like you are on top of the fans.
They're on top of the sea of humanity.
Yes. So when you stand there as a winner and you see them, you
I'm just trying to imagine
those
how Charles
have to come.
I'm just imagining how Charles felt when he won maybe 2019 and 2024.
Winning at a historic track, it's always a special moment.
Yeah.
Silverstone, Monaco, Monza. It's always special for these drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless of whether it's a Ferrari driver, a Red Bull driver, it's as in ever since they were a kid, they've always known this track people used to race from the 1950s. I hope one day I'll be on that top step.
Which is a track in
So wait, don't read much into it then.
No, I'm reading much into it because
Don't read much into because every driver
Verstappen looked at that crowd and he thought about it.
I've already told you.
He thought
the
about
only
it.
Ferrari that Max
Listen, Max
is driving.
Verstappen, I will welcome you with open arms, unlike the way I welcomed a certain guy.
Max,
but I will welcome you with open arms. I know
No
your
way.
cult. Listen, me and your cult,
No
we
way.
you know that's what. Hey, me and Team Verstappen. Hey, MV33.
The other thing you should know, Max has reached an age whereby he is able to speak freely without like offending or maybe even raising headlines in the news. So he knows how to say these words, and it's like a level of freedom whereby if he was saying that when he was in Toro Rosso, people would be like, what is this guy saying? But now having achieved what he has achieved and being able to speak freely, now you can say those things. And,
4-time world champion. I mean, it's a very exclusive club.
Yeah.
Now, hey, listen, let me submit my CV. You guys remember AD21? You remember which side I was on?
Hey, your membership is still under review.
So you remember which side I was on? AD21?
No, I don't.
You guys remember?
You are nowhere.
I was on a certain side, bana. Yeah, so listen, I'm welcoming him. A pairing of Charles Leclerc and Max Verstappen.
Not happening.
I can only imagine. I can dream. I'm only dreaming of it. Anyway, moving on. Now, let's talk about these Ferraris because Ngoja, the Hadjar situation. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? Because Hadjar, first and foremost, congratulations. He had a podium finish in Zandvoort. Although, yeah.
You guys are saying what the hell are you saying?
But did you see him in Monza?
Who?
Gabriel.
He qualified P.
Qualifying.
He qualified P.
Was it P6? Yeah, P6.
P8. After Hamilton got his penalty, P8. He finished P. P8.
Was it P8?
P8.
What more could you want from him?
Hadjar qualified P what? P at Monza?
And
Hey,
P16. Finished P. P10 in the points.
He had P10. He was in the point.
maybe let me see if I can soften you. You know, Bortoleto and Max are,
You're trying to
are
reason.
racing buddies.
So what?
That's why they do the toe thing.
So what?
There's nothing for Bortoleto.
Listen.
He's among the rookies. I'd give him second position.
Top 3? Easily.
Definitely top 3.
Easily top 3.
Antonelli, I think right now is P5 or something. I'd give
How many
Hadjar
rookies are there? Wait, how many rookies are there?
5. Antonelli
P5.
5 out of 5. Yes.
Yeah, he is 5. Problems. I will address them, but continue.
How I drank that list right now? Hadjar.
Especially seeing how he started
Bortoleto.
the season.
Yes. Then I give Behrman.
Oli has been.
Then I think
Is Lawson a rookie?
no, he's not.
Colapinto. You're looking at Colapinto now?
Actually,
Colapinto.
I'd give Antonelli P5 then Colapinto. But Colapinto, no,
the guy is
they tie.
No. The guy is bad.
They
Who
tie.
and who?
No,
They
they
tie.
don't tie.
Colapinto
They don't tie.
and?
Colapinto and Antonelli.
What are Colapinto's mistakes?
They tie because yes, first of all, the guy is bad.
Yes, the guy is bad. So why should they tie?
But he hasn't done anything exceptional.
Now, this other guy, the guy is okay. He's done things which are terrible. He's done mistakes.
That's why they're tying at 5.
Listen, I am not forgiving Zandvoort. I am not forgiving. I don't care. That was my last straw. I saw it when it happened with was it Lando or was it Piastri early in the season?
He was like,
I was like,
and what did Charles do to George?
Do we call them
George,
Taliban?
don't worry, I got you.
Alirudisha mkono.
George, I got you, don't worry.
How can he do that to George?
My big brother. Toto.
Say less.
I got the tip, say less.
Say less.
Got the memo.
I was like, then we were watching it in real time, and I saw them. It's like it's one of those things, and I don't want to say I was in like tunnel vision or anything. Like when you now the one point I sit down to watch is the one point it's leading up to that incident, and I'm not like, look, Charles is going to overtake this guy, and I'm like, okay, let me see. Then I see this guy. Like they're heading into the apex, and I'm saying he's not leaving enough space, and he's going even wide. And I'm like, I can see him going even wide. I know it's an incident that happens real fast, but I saw it in such a slow way that I saw everything up. And I'm telling, what the fuck is this nigga doing? Sorry, what the fuck is this kid doing? And guys were like, no, it's not his fault. It's just a racing incident. What incident? What incident is happening over there? No incident is happening over there. This guy hasn't left enough room. He could clearly see. He should leave room for this other driver to overtake him. He's trying to defend. They've already gotten
He's
to
still
the
learning,
apex.
man. He's still learning.
What
He's
is
still
he
learning how
learning?
to drive.
What is he learning?
Centrifugal forces, centripetal forces.
Oh, no,
Let the kid
centripetal
alone.
forces involved here.
He's a kid.
No.
How can
Listen.
you be mad at a kid?
Yeah, man.
And then I'm interviewing some Ferrari. Shout out to you, by the way. They sent some F1 match. Shout out to them. I'm interviewing her, and she's a baby, and I'm like, what?
19-year-old. We accept all fans.
Yo.
And he almost did that to Charles again.
Yeah, in Monza. You saw that incident.
Is it after turn 1?
Yeah, it was after turn 1, and I think Charles knew. He kind of knew Jamal, you don't want to be around him.
Yeah,
you don't want to be around him. And they had like a small car, and I was like, okay, ni sawa.
Antonelli and Charles.
Yeah, they had
you can go and
a moment.
They had a moment. If you
They
go and
had
watch
moment.
the team radio video in the Nini, utaona.
This they have a name for him now because now Mercedes-Benz are now being called Talibans. Because Talibans. Toto with the Bin Laden beers.
Osama bin Russell.
Osama bin Russell, and now guess what they calling Kimi? Kimikaze. Kimikaze Taliban Tonelli.
He had to go all out, man. It was his home race, man.
Yeah, it was for the fans.
But Zandvoort, if you're a Mercedes fan,
For the fans.
you're happy about it because the way Charles snatched George Russell's chain.
Charles was mean with it.
Even
Like, what do you mean? Move your car, man.
And I was like, yes, that's my driver. My driver. I knew.
Wait,
because
did you expect Charles to do such things?
Yes. I've
Really?
always talked about
I've
it.
never seen
I've
that
always-
side of Charles.
I have never seen
I have
Charles
always
Even me,
do
I've
talked
never
that.
seen
about
that
it.
side of
Listen,
Charles.
the day I knew Charles, the Tifosi Indio, they know him better because he's been racing from the academy. They climbed up the ladders, F2, nini. Me, I saw him first year at Alfa Romeo. You get me? Sauber. And the day I knew he's the guy. Ama he's the one. You remember that crash between him and Vettel?
No.
Where Vettel was totally at fault because
In
Charles...
Sao Paulo.
No, it wasn't
Were
Sao
they
Paulo.
teammates when they collided?
They collided.
It was in Sao Paulo.
It was Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
You're sure?
Yeah.
But it was Vettel's mistake because Vettel
Yeah,
was
it
the
was
slower
Vettel's
driver,
mistake, yeah.
and Charles was picking up the field one by one, and it was a recovery drive by Charles. And I was like, this kid might be the truth. You get where you see glimpses. Your hero is now being like in the Cars films when Lightning McQueen is seeing now these other cars.
Peter too.
And I was like, oh, he might be the truth. Then Monza 2019 happened, and I was like, you know what? You've convinced me. It's done. He's the one. He's the chosen one. Then 2022, Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc, the exchanges in Bahrain and
early of the
Jeddah.
season.
Have they?
No.
Have
But
they ever banged wheels?
no, they've never banged wheels.
Clean
But how
racing.
they raced, I know you like the technical bits. But if you go look at how they were exchanging lines, it was a fair
Was it
top level
Bahrain?
racing.
Was it Bahrain?
Yeah, Bahrain and both of them.
Bahrain.
They
IQ
it was-
1000.
Yeah, it was like a matching people on the same level. I know Charles doesn't have he didn't have a championship then at that time, but it was people of the same level in terms of racing skill.
It was also the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it was also beginning of the season in terms of racing skill. I know Charles has had his, his errors, his mistakes, and I can blame Ferrari part of that because Rotten Tomato, one bunch spoils the whole, and all that. But I've spoken about it before, and I've spoken about it again. You remember when I said it? The person I believe, the one who I believe is Max's rival on that grid is Charles Leclerc.
But Charles hasn't been racing like that. It's only in Zandvoort and Monza.
You guys don't know who. You guys don't understand who Charles is.
I have
Those are the only
Charles
two races in Monza.
Where he's like banging wheels. He's like, I don't care.
Charles.
Yeah.
Charles ako juu.
Charles, okay, no, I'm talking about like the way he did to Russell. It's one wheel was in the gravel.
Only Russell bana.
I've never seen Charles do that. Because Charles is always the guy who wants to keep everything clean. But for Nini alikuwa amesema
jamaa,
especially against Russell, and Russell is also a thug.
Yeah.
I was actually expecting him to complain. You wanted to put me in a wall. I was expecting him to complain, but he was actually very mature about it. Yeah. I think he knew. Hey, hapo, yes. He snatched my chain in public.
He knew Kimi was coming to revenge.
Then, but George was also at fault to some degree, hapo.
No, because, it was not.
That corner wasn't his banner.
It was his.
It wasn't his corner.
That is mugging.
It wasn't his corner.
Charles forced himself.
Yes.
Bro,
that
incident, it was noted, and then it was I think it was investigated after the race or something. And both of them said, hey,
Charles
it was
apparently
just
exited track limits.
He did.
But akukwa, at the time when they were trying to handle the punishment and everything, they weren't akukwa na angles.
Too many things were going on.
Plus also he had that KDNF. I think they decided to go easy on him. I'll be honest there. They decided to go easy on him. I don't see Charles Leclerc retiring without winning a championship at least. Kwanza, if Lando wins it, no, you know what? I know Lando might win, but I want Oscar to win it because there is absolutely no way I'm living in a world where Lando is world champion. And,
before
Charles,
I thought you were in the Lando camp.
I can shift. See, that's not my team. I can move.
Now this guy is slippery like a horse, bwana.
Ferrari powered.
No.
Anyway, moving on. So I don't even talk about the Hamilton situation. So please, do you have anything to say about Hamilton?
Except for Zandvoort, where he didn't want to continue racing.
You?
Of course, we have to revisit Monza. Man.
Okay. Monza is one of those tracks. Being on the front row, starting at the front, will actually help you because once you're in the clear, you're gone.
Yeah.
Once you're in the clear, you're gone. And I'm just trying to see, and I was telling Nyash at the time, because he was one tulikuwa naye, and I was telling Nyash at the time, listen, he was telling me, Ati, what do you need to guarantee a good performance by Ferrari this weekend? And I was telling him, Ferrari only need a front row. They only need a front row. Because I know Max looks like he's going to get that front row. We just need to edge it out against the McLarens. Now Q3 comes, what happens? Actually, they were the first run on softs. There's a time, I think Charles Leclerc alikuwa P2. There's a time Charles was, before they did the second run, Q3, there's a time he was at P2. When they were doing the second run, I think Hamilton was in a position to give him a toe.
Yeah, in the second run.
Yeah, in the second run. And that was the important run. Because watu walikuwa shanza kuset their times. I think Piastri was the one who was leading the time charts at the time. And I was like, Hamilton will give him a toe. Because I'm watching and I know, this one, easy. Teamwork, give him a toe. We win this race and it's everything. He doesn't give him a toe.
Didn't happen. And
then I don't know if it's true. And then I read online that I don't like giving toes because I'm not benefiting from toes or something like that. The Hamilton, yeah. And I'm like, I know my eyes are lying to me. Because this man did not just say this.
That's the reason why
there is absolutely no way he said, I feel some type of way. I feel some type of way. We are not winning the championship, but the least you can do, after seeing everything that has happened, after seeing the crowd that turned up, the least you can do is at least try and, do something for the team.
Yeah.
Try and do something. But reading online and seeing, again, I haven't verified if he said it, but there are comments floating around that I told the team I don't give toes because they don't benefit me or something like that. Something along those lines. I don't want to misquote him. Now, that's where my problem comes in because what happens? Charles ends up missing the front row at P4. He gets a P4 qualification. And the moment I saw that P4 and the cars that were ahead of him was Max, Piastri, and Lando, and it was done. So that's why I had problems with our second drive.
Say his name.
It's like Voldemort. You don't say his name. He who must not be mentioned. Because once you say his name, people just come for you. But you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I do.
This is my issue with this whole situation.
Yeah. Also, the qualifying for me, I didn't understand why Ferrari didn't orchestrate their drivers as in helping each other out. Here I'm talking about Hamilton, who was coming from Zandvoort with a 5 grid place penalty. Why not just give a tow to Charles? Because already we know the Red Bulls and the McLaren seem quick.
Yes.
But with a tow, Charles can actually be quicker.
Split them.
Yeah, and if you recall how tight it was, as in I think there was a time from P1 to I think it was Q2 or something.
There's a time actually the whole within a second of each other.
Within a second of each other.
Yes.
So a tow will go a long way. And we're talking about Monza, just like you said, like a front row. Either P1 or P2, your chances of winning that race.
Anyway, moving on. Last time we didn't get a chance to talk about this because it happened immediately after we finished our recording. The Cadillac situation. Now Cadillac announced their drivers. Cadillac announced the drivers, and they have the best number 2 driver pairing in the world.
I agree.
They have the best
by the
number 2 driver pairing in the
So
world.
who's going to be the number 2
Who's
driver?
the number 1? So when other teams are fighting to be number 1, these guys are fighting to be number 2. No, I am number 2.
I'm number
no,
2.
you are number 2. No, I am number 2.
But watch out.
So who was the best number 2 between the two?
I don't know. You know, they both have an extensive list of achievements. You know, number 2 achievements, meaning like things you've done as a number 2.
Yeah.
That have actually
Clinching
helped.
championship?
I think
Both of them have it.
Constructors
I think
championship?
Bottas was a better
number 2 driver.
Yeah, he was willing to sacrifice himself and wins.
I was willing to sacrifice him.
James.
Even
Bottas,
when
it's James.
this battle,
God damn it.
The threaded message.
this is James. So Bottas was the better number 2 driver.
Yeah, at least Checo was being knocked out in Q2.
Or he even negotiated to swap places. Hey guys, swap places. He even negotiated for moments like that.
Yeah, Checo was being knocked out in Q2, Q1. He never got that opportunity, you know.
Bottas could have never negotiated swapping position with Hamilton.
Negotiate swapping positions with who? In fact, it was Hamilton who was saying, you know what? He gave me the position and I didn't get what I wanted. Let me just give it back. You don't remember you're saying, guys, I want Bottas to have this position back. It wasn't Bottas saying, am I getting that position? No. You know your place. Know your role. The Rock. There's a popular saying with The Rock. Know your role. Know your role.
I remember there was a time Hamilton tried to give Bottas his trophy for number 1. Like anamwambia, like come to the top step. I think it was in Russia.
Yeah.
And Bottas are like,
They did a number on the boy, man.
I listen. I stand where I stand. Listen, we have
Facts.
We
That's
have
to be
our
said.
flaws. We have our flaws. You guys have your flaws in asking everybody with the way you ask them. But those guys, morally upright, they
Starehe boys.
hakunanga. Watu si wajinga.
That's to be said.
Watu si wajinga bana.
That's to be said.
We are not stupid. We are not stupid. We saw what you did to Valtteri Bottas. Yeah. We saw the Rosberg situation. We saw all of them. We saw Toto and politics kwa FIA. We saw.
Wait, so are you saying that the McLaren right now are doing a good job with
Yes.
the drivers?
I don't have any problem with the McLaren.
So all the noise that you, because I wanted to hear what the noise
within
people
the
are saying.
within the drivers, I
No,
feel
like managing the drivers as a team.
Oh.
Where you have like the leading car, like let's go back to Bottas and Hamilton, second driver or whatever, and me, I believe like having a team with no second driver or a defined first driver, there will be disaster in the end.
Yes.
So are you saying the way situation in Hamilton Bottas was handled by Mercedes, McLaren are doing a better job at that?
Yeah, they're doing a better job because Bottas. Listen. I might be speaking from a point of ignorance. I don't know what was agreed between them and that was let out publicly. But I believe Bottas, he could challenge for championships, but he never even got to a point whereby we could see it being a possibility because it was so left-leaning, if I can put it that way.
This is James.
Yeah, it was so left-leaning. And again, I'm speaking, I could be speaking from a point of ignorance because I don't know what was let out publicly in terms of what they agreed behind closed doors and everything.
Now,
He is
McLaren would have been forced in the same situation if there was a driver who was challenging either one of the McLarens. Right now, it's
They
just
are
between
far.
the two. Between the two. 31 points, just between the two. But if, let's say, Charles, Hamilton, Max was like between the championship.
Hiyo mchezo ya swapping inge happen.
Hey. No.
Cadillac.
They simulated a race.
What?
So this is what I understand. You see the data that you're collecting as the race is happening. It's like put in a game, and you can play. So they had drivers uko US in the Monza race. They had sim racers in the actual race.
Interesting.
Playing the strategy thing. They were running a simulation of the race. But the way you get data in this one is, I don't know how they
With enough data to make it as real as possible.
Wait, are we talking about real time? As in the race is happening and them they are...
So the guys who are sim racing or simulating the race, when the lights were going out, Amanini, they were also in the sim, also going out.
Interesting.
But the data, like this is now in the grid, there are 20 cars. Now in the sim racing them, they were 22 cars. Because they are the extra 2 cars. And whatever is happening, whoever is leading, whoever that remained. And them they are trying to like pit, change strategy and everything. I don't know which position they finished. They didn't say, but
well,
it's I never thought of it
Tech
like
gimmick.
that. Yeah, like you can simulate. Which got me asking, like, is it possible for another person to, because the data is there.
Yeah.
See the data is there in the what is that app called?
There's a
Multiviewer.
Tempo, Multiviewer. There are a few open source APIs and some sites where you can go get this data. F1, I think F1 Data Hub or something. You can get GPS locations.
That's real-time
throttle
data.
positions, brake positions, steering positions, pit stops, tires.
I
et
know.
cetera, et cetera. But the tricky bit, of course, is
Infrastructure.
simulating the physical aspects of an actual race. The track conditions changing, the weather, dirty air,
Okay.
etc., etc. Yeah, but that's really interesting.
Because if there's if it's a possibility for any person in his sim, maybe there are 1 million people racing in the actual
By the way,
drivers, but in your own, you are like the 21st driver.
So you're measuring up with Charles. Am I as
like-
good as him?
Yeah, but also now some rules have to change. Maybe your car, you were ghosted, can't touch the others.
Oh, see, definitely that definitely is a situation. That is something that has to be implemented.
Like, ideally, if you come, you're not the guy on the actual track, nothing happens to him. What should happen to you?
Okay.
That's where the technical.
It's interesting, but it's now this is a rabbit hole, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
We'll save this for another debate. But
Okay.
But then after the show, we are going to discuss it at length after the show. Hiyo ndio baadaye. Sorry for the listeners, but we need to bring back spaces by the way. Ndio tuwezange kuongea vitu kama hizi in depth.
Okay.
Okay, well, in that we come to the conclusion of our 8th episode of the year. I mean, this year we've been going slow on the episodes, but we've been trying to go, all gas, no brakes on the other department, which is watch parties. And you guys, appreciation to all the guys who come out here to support what we do, whether be it the podcasts, be it the groups, be it on socials, be it the watch parties that we host pale K1 Clubhouse. And we'll be hosting there till the end of the year. So you guys always turn up. Kujeni. Na I know mnaona kuna some races whereby it will be early in the morning, 7 a.m. Come. The guys who came this year, the early morning races, they did get something, yes?
Oh, the breakfast.
Wait, what
You actually got something. Yeah, how was it?
You ever come to the
Yeah,
morning race?
was it Shanghai? It was Shanghai. I think
I know
so.
there was a morning race.
Yeah, there have been morning races, and guys were always asking me on the side that, hey, what happens when you have a morning race?
What is the earliest time we've ever done? 9.
Yes.
Not 8. Because this one is 7.
Yeah, this one is 7. Hii inamaanisha tunaamka ni kama tunaenda shule. We are going to school and kumbe we are going to we will do something. But tunajua uzuri ni Saturday, Aluta, then Sunday. We just continue with it.
Speak for yourself, man.
Yeah. I've been your boy Ace the Troubleman himself. Yeah. Ferrari fan number 1. Charles Leclerc fan number 1. Hater of a certain cult number 1. And a voucher of Piastri to win the championship. Yay! Follow us, leave a like, share, subscribe. Yeah, peace out.